right, let's design the lighting for a dining room. So first step is going to be figuring out the square footage of this room. So let me grab that. Okay, so approximately 205. And then the next step is to come over to our calculator. I'm going to plan on having some bright finishes in this dining room. So we're going to go with this first calculator. Let's change it to dining room. I already forgot how many, 205. Okay, 205. And then we do have some taller ceilings here at 10 feet. So let's grab a screen snip. This, go back to our plan. All right, so I can have this a reference later. So that's our target. So the foot candle target is 20, and this is set by the Illuminating Engineering Society of North America and the Department of Energy. And all right, let's start. So I like to mark up the plan with some guidelines of alignments that we could take our cues from. So are there appliances? These are under cabinet refrigerators here. Could we line up with the center lines of these windows? It does have a pretty clear symmetry to it. So we know that the table is probably going to be right there-ish. So the first thing I like to do is see if there are any vertical surfaces in the room that we can light. This is going to have a huge impact on how people perceive the space and how they perceive how bright it is. So I think in this case, let's plan on lighting this wall here. So I'm going to grab some adjustable lights. And I like to have these about 24 to 30 inches away from the wall surface. So let's add a few more. And then, okay, so next, let's take a look at lighting the dining table area itself. A lot of people like to rely exclusively on selecting a beautiful decorative pendant over the table, but in many cases, this isn't actually going to be bright enough to deliver the illumination we need to highlight the food and really kind of create this beacon within the space that's kind of, drawing you over there when it's time to eat. So I do like to have decorative lights. And in this case, we do have a pretty clear symmetry, so we're not going to have to worry about the lights being out of alignment with the table itself. But I do like to also add in some additional lights from either downlights or maybe some adjustable lights. I like to use these multi-head adjustable lights so that you have a lot of freedom to illuminate the table itself. We don't really want to light the chairs around the table because people don't really like to sit in a spotlight. So the goal is really to just aim the lighting onto that table surface itself. All right, let's see how we're doing on our lumens. So I like to start off with kind of my go-to lights. We start here and then other people on the design team usually weigh in and we kind of modify from there. So let's grab these, see how we're doing on our illumination. Put that in. There's one there and one there. And then we have 3 of these accent lights. I'm gonna go with these warm dim. I like the mud up trim for the flangeless option. Let's spring for that. And if we have to value engineer later, that's fine. We have a lot of options. So that's 900 lumens. All right. So we're going to do 3 of those. Okay. So let's see where we're at. So that's going to be 2700 plus 2025 plus 2025. So that gives us 6750. So we are over a bit, which means that this pendant over the dining table could be fairly dim if we wanted. It could be just like a sparkly, beautiful element within the space. But let's just see. So if we took out, what if we did 2 pendants and only one of these in the center? Do that in the center, and then we'll kind of do 2 pendants to anchor this, kind of like so. And then that means we have 1 less of these. All right, what's the new number here? Okay, so all the lighting except for the pendants, that brings us to 4725. So if we subtract that from the 5695, oops. So that means that each of these pendant lights is going to need to be 450. So we need a total of 900 from the pendants. So 450 and 450. So now I can go back to the interior designer or the homeowners, and we can do a search for beautiful decorative lighting out there. And we understand that it needs to be at least 450 lumens. All right. So hopefully that made sense. Uh, give the calculator a shot. If you'd like me to double check your work, I'm happy to do that. And if you have other lights in mind for your project, just keep in mind that you want to make sure to buy LEDs that have a high color rendering score. We want to make sure it's at least 90. That way we're bringing out the true color of the materials in our space that we're spending thousands of dollars to put in there. All right, that's it for now. And the next video is going to be on kitchens. And I'll put the link to the calculator down in the YouTube description below. All right, thanks.